If you could go back and relive your teenage years, would you? Why or why not?
I would relive them if they were going to be exactly the same. Because I've thought about this. Because your mom and I went to high school together. I was like, wouldn't it be cool to be able to go back and like walk up to her in high school and be like, "Hi, I'm Greg. It's nice to meet you. We need to talk." Then I think to myself, no, because the timing wasn't right. She probably never would have seen me the way that she sees me now. The timing worked out. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in its time based on how God has it all set up. So,
Can you tell me about some of the most important lessons you've learned in life?
yeah. Okay, most important lessons I've learned in life. One is a boring lesson, but an important one, and that is do everything you can not to buy anything on credit. Don't take loans out on things as much as possible, like including cars. You should only buy a house with a loan. Two, um, the perception, the things that you believe about people. I've only learned this one in the last maybe 6 or 7 years. Rushing to judgment on the reasons why someone's doing something, not what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
People can do stuff wrong. People can make the wrong decision in a president, for instance, or make the wrong decision in life about, choosing to do drugs or not, or choosing to have premarital sex or not, or whatever decision other people are making. You can say, I think that's a wrong decision. But no one can judge the motives of a person as to why they're doing things. And that's been a tough thing to come around to. The last thing is probably the most important is what I do believe is absolutely right and absolutely wrong. I think the 12-year-old Greg, the 18-year-old Greg, the 25-year-old Greg, the 30-year-old Greg, and the 37-year-old Greg now would each tell you completely, like night and day different stuff at each one of those ages as to what's completely right and completely wrong. And I think that's just part of life is understanding that those things change and coming to the realization that everybody else is struggling to go through all those things at the same time. They're learning what's right and wrong in their minds, and so you can't say, "Well, you're just an idiot. You just don't get it." You have to say, "Well, they're not. They haven't had the chance to work through what I've had the chance to work through yet. They'll come around to it, or they won't. It doesn't really matter. But I can't say you're just an absolute moron and you're never going to get it. You just can't. You can't do that anyway."
What's your best advice for raising kids?
Whew. The number one thing for raising kids is, and this comes from Nana Debbie, you have to make their interests your interests. You have to get interested in the thing. That's why whenever, when you were a little kid and you mentioned SpongeBob, all of a sudden she was watching SpongeBob all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because she's crazy. It's because she was like, I want to know about SpongeBob. If that's something that Zoe likes, I want to know more about it so I can talk to her about it. And that's important. You see people that try to make their kids them by pushing them into certain sports that they don't want to do, or pushing them into hobbies that the parent wants to do but the kid doesn't want to do. And you want to introduce kids to it, but if you push them too hard, if they don't like it, they don't like it. But they will find something they like, and you need to find a way to be interested in it.